Welcome to the Explainer. If you work with IBM iSeries reports, you know the daily drill, getting the right data to the right people. Well, today we're going to dive into a feature in SpooliT called Rules, and it can basically take that entire process and just put it on autopilot. So, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's be real for a second. How much of your team's day is just spent hunting down, converting, and emailing these same reports over and over and over again? It's a huge bottleneck, but it's one we are absolutely about to solve.
So here's our game plan. Over the next few minutes, we're going to build our way to total automation in 5 simple steps. We'll start with what rules are, then how to create them, explore all the cool places your reports can go, make sure it all works perfectly, and then we'll set it all on autopilot.
So first things first, what exactly is a rule inside SpooliT? Before we can build anything, we really got to understand this core concept, because honestly, it's the engine behind all the automation we're trying to achieve here.
The best way to think of a PA rule is like your own personal assistant living inside the system. It's just a very precise set of instructions that takes over a repetitive manual task, like digging through all those spool files, and it frees you up to do something, way more important.
And this all works with a really simple but powerful 1-2 punch. First, you have the selection rule. Think of it like a detective. It uses criteria you set, like a report name, to find the exact file you need. Then, the distribution rule takes that file and sends it exactly where it needs to go, in the format you want. It's the what, followed by the where. Simple as that.
Okay, so now that we get the concept, let's actually put it into practice. SpooliT gives you 2 main ways to create these rules, and each one is designed for a different kind of job.
And you've got 2 great options here. For those really tricky, complex jobs where you need to tweak every single detail, you've got the detailed overview. But honestly, for most common tasks and for getting started super fast, the wizard is your best friend. It just walks you right through it. Using the wizard, it feels less like you're configuring something and more like you're just having a conversation. It just asks you, hey, what report are we looking for? And, okay, where should I send it? You just give it the answers, hit save, and boom, your first automated workflow is pretty much ready to go.
So once your rule finds the right report, this is where the real magic happens. This is where the power of SpooliT just shines, really, and all the different ways you can send that information wherever it needs to go. Email is, of course, the big one, and for good reason, right? Just imagine automatically turning those old green screen reports into slick PDFs or Excel sheets and having them just appear in the right inboxes without anyone lifting a finger. But the control you have goes way beyond just a simple send.
In fact, get this, SpooliT gives you 7 distinct methods just for email distribution. This isn't some one-size-fits-all button. It's a whole toolkit for precision delivery. The level of control is just incredible.
And you can do so much more than just email. You can automatically shoot files over to an FTP server, you can archive them for compliance, you can turn them into Word docs. But one of the true game changers here is the ability to split a single big report.
Okay, we have to talk about splitting, because this is a massive time saver. Picture a giant sales report for the whole company. With the splitting rule, SpooliT can actually read the report, break it apart by salesperson, and then automatically email each person only their section. No more manual cutting and pasting. It's amazing.
Okay, so we've built the rule, we've picked our distribution method. It's really tempting to just let it run, right? But wait, there's one critical step we absolutely cannot skip. Testing. We have to be 100% sure it's going to do what we think it's going to do.
I love this quote because it's so true. Look, a rule that grabs the wrong file or sends it to the wrong person is actually worse than no rule at all. So thankfully, SpooliT has a built-in testing function that gives you total confidence before you go live.
And it really couldn't be easier. You just select your rule, you click the test option, and SpooliT will run it just once. Then you can go check your email or your FTP folder and make sure the output is exactly what you wanted. It's a super simple safety check that prevents any nasty surprises down the road.
All right, this is the moment we've been waiting for. We've built the rule, we've tested it, we know it works perfectly. Now for the final and most satisfying step, putting the whole thing on autopilot and getting our time back.
This right here is the final piece of the puzzle. You just create what's called a scheduled job. You point it to your tested rule, and you tell it when to run. Every day at 5 p.m., the first Monday of every month? You decide. From that moment on, the system takes over, no human needed.
And this is the ultimate goal, the dream, right? True set it and forget it efficiency. By automating these routine but critical processes, you're not just saving a few minutes here and there. You are fundamentally boosting your team's productivity and cutting your operational costs.
So let's just bring it all home. Mastering these SpooliT rules isn't just about learning a new tech skill. It's a real business advantage. You save time, you cut costs by going paperless, you free up your team to do more important work, and you guarantee consistency. The right information gets to the right people every single time, without fail.
And that's really how you do it. That's how you go from manual, repetitive work to seamless, automated efficiency. So after seeing how powerful and easy this is, the only question left is, what's the first tedious report task that you're going to automate?